Hello.
We're
It's
here on
us.
episode something. Quick 2-second shout out. As of this day's recording, it is Luffy's birthday. We referred to it in the chat. Just want to mention it. May 5th.
Holla.
Holla.
The 5th.
Fun fact, it's also Gong Freak's birthday. Fun fact.
Whose birthday?
Gong Freak from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh,
Yeah. Golan's birthday is also.
We ain't a
May 5th.
Hunter
Damn.
fucking podcast though.
Welcome
Get
to the
out of
Gone-
here.
Welcome to the Gone Cast.
Welcome to the Hunter cast. We're changing. We're flipping.
Just for this episode.
We gotta be one of those like that Brawly Goku scene, my guy. They're two of the same shit, but just side by side, next to one next to the other.
Hey, that's facts.
Just keep changing it up, but don't tell the people who are listening what ones we're watching that, and just start going into the podcast. No one knows what's going on. It's just pure chaos.
Hey, you guys remember that one day we did that Game of Thrones episode where Khal Drogo showed up?
It's true. It was a good one.
That's when Good
It was
Tama
a good
gets
set of
involved.
episodes.
That's when Good Tama gets involved.
We talk about Gintama. All right, but anyway, so we're talking about episode 31, 32, 33, and 34. 31 is just a quick little kind of world building episode. We hear about the warlords. Episode 32, we get to see the Arlong Pirates in their entirety after Zoro gets captured. Episode 33, Zoro gets away, and Luffy's group finally arrives to the island where Nami is. And then in episode 34, it's just the whole group getting together, talking about Nami. We're getting a lot of Nami sort of drive and backstory in this, because these are all pretty much just rising action to the upcoming arc. So getting into it, episode 31, we start with the crew chasing after Nami, as in Luffy, Sanji, and Yosuku, I believe is his name. Yosuku actually starts explaining some of the hierarchy of the Grand Line as a whole. We hear about the warlord system, how there are 7 warlords of the sea, how Mihawk is one of them. And we get an introduction to Arlong, who is a pirate in the East Blue, who was sent here by one of the warlords in the Grand Line named Jinbei.
Sorry to interject, but I kind of completely mixed up on that. I thought there was 7 warlords and Mihawk.
No.
It says Mihawk is one of the 7.
Oh. Yeah. So is Arlong one of the 7, or
he is not? But
he is
was
like a right-hand man of
them.
the 7.
Ah, okay, makes more sense.
So if you want to put power scales, they're all equally as strong or stronger than Mihawk.
Yes, that is how you're supposed to understand the 7 warlords of the sea, that they are all equal in notoriety, strength, formidability, I guess. So Mihawk is known as the world's greatest swordsman, and there are 6 other pirates that could be considered equal in his rank.
Okay.
What they do is unknown. They're not all swordsmen. They're all just pirates, exactly. Then Usopp, Johnny, and Zoro are arriving at the island, and they catch the Mary, and they see Nami up there, and they kind of ditch, or Usopp and Johnny ditch Zoro on the boat, and then Zoro gets captured. And that pretty much brings us right into episode 32. So episode 32, we get caught up. Zoro was captured by the fishmen after Usopp and Johnny ditched him. Nami shows up, and it's revealed that she was working for Arlong's crew the whole time. She was their navigator all along. Zoro at this point is kind of buying it, but not buying it. But we're not really sure exactly what she's on about. She does go through a whole thing where she kind of throws him in the water, or he throws himself in the water and she saves him, but we can talk about that later. We're also introduced to Nami's foster sister, Nojiko. She kind of serves as a way to hear a little bit more about Nami and what she's doing. She's trying to buy the town from Arlong at an agreed upon price of 100 million berries. We can skip over to episode 33. Zoro escapes with Nami's help, and she tries to prove her loyalty to the Arlong Pirates, so Usopp gets captured. When he does, he gets brought back to the base, and Arlong says that he wants him dead. Nami shows up. She obviously doesn't want to see Usopp die or whatever, and she attempts to kill him with what we're believed is she stabs him and throws him into the river. After all of that shit happens, we pretty much move on right into episode 34. Basically, the rest of the crew shows up at the end of 33. Luffy, Yamcha, and Sanji show up at the end of 33. Johnny shows up because he witnessed Nami, quote unquote, kill Usopp at the end of 33 and explains to them that she killed him. And then Luffy's not about it. Nami shows up out of the blue, and when they ask her, they're like, hey, what did you do? Did you actually kill Usopp? She was like, yeah, bet, I totally did. Luffy is kind of, he doesn't really have much to say here, but Nami basically says, you all need to leave. There's nothing for you to do here. Just fucking do your own shit. I'm not joining you. Get the fuck out of here. Then we cut to Usopp, who is not dead. He does show up. Nami had already left at this point, and Usopp explains that Nami only pretended to kill him. And then Nojiko shows up to introduce herself to the rest of the crew. She'd already introduced herself to Usopp at this point and starts the backstory exposition. But Luffy and Zoro are seemingly uninterested, so the only ones who are going to really hear it are Sanji and Usopp. I just want to go back on 31. 31 was actually low-key important, only because we get to hear a lot about the Grand Line very quickly, albeit. But we hear about the 7 warlords, and we hear about who sent Arlong. We also get to know that the cowfish that showed up is
the most majestic sea cow of the entire fucking show so far. I do say so myself. I just love I love the sea cow meme because literally it's just the whole time I just saw I was like, that's a manatee, but they're just making a joke of manatees and calling them sea cows.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
It's Momu. Get out of here, Momu.
That's what I said.
You said Mamu.
Also, fuck Sanji.
Fuck Sanji.
That thing was cute as hell. He was just hungry and he just blasted him.
Nah, he was gonna feed it, but then the thing made out like he was gonna eat Sanji, and Sanji clearly doesn't want to die.
Absolutely.
So. But then they never fed the goodest boy, and I felt
you don't know that
because he looked cute.
And then he was pulling the boat. Maybe they fed him before he started pulling the boat.
He was running from them. He was crying and everything the entire time. Boy never got fed.
Was a really juicy steak dangled out in front of them on a string.
You could see it. He was crying, swimming away because he got kicked in the face 3 times. Hurt my favorite character so far.
I also had 2 animation related shout outs. I just want to mention, I don't know if any of you guys really cared or noticed, but they put a lot of effort into Nami in these past couple episodes, obviously, to like really drive home her
the pupils and everything.
Yeah, the pupil shit is always great.
They do a lot of facial expression stuff.
And then there's the one panel that I don't know why they chose to make that particular moment so badass, but it's the scene right before Usopp gets captured. The fucking fish dude that gets him, like he like swims in the water and then he comes out of the water and you just see all of this definition, all these lines driven all over this guy.
It reminded me a lot of Fist of the North Star.
No, it does, right?
You are already dead.
You are already dead. I was like, I don't know why the animators put so much effort into giving you that like panel there, but you know what? I'm about it.
They really did go hard on that.
This is like a couple of these are like just the JoJo fish people every so often. They're like out here with like the weirdest angles, just being like, I'm about to kill all of you. Blah. Anyone else got anything?
Sorry.
You said that she was a navigator for them. She's a cartographer. She doesn't do navigation. All she does is make maps for them.
I mean, but she's also given the title of navigator on Luffy's thing, so it's easy to say.
She really predominantly just makes a bunch of sea charts of places that she's been to in the East Blue, and obviously the islands that they're at, and probably the local islands that they go to from time to time whenever they feel like getting more money or extraditing different people. She doesn't really command the ship on behalf of Arlong. Which is fair. He's right. She's not really the navigator. She's more of just the cartographer.
Yes. So I do have a question though. Mm-hmm. So about the money in this world, berries. We see in 31, I'm forgetting the main antagonist's name right now.
Arlong.
There we go. Arlong. We see him pay off
Nezumi. That's the Marine's name.
Yeah, the Marine's name. Anyway, so we see him hand him like a handful of cash. And so my question was, is berries like gold coins or is it cash?
It is cash. Berries themselves are cash. If you have gold coins, you would have to go to an agency or whatever the fuck you call those places and turn it into cash.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense because I was wondering, is like, where are they getting they keep interchanging what I can tell is currency and quote treasure. And that's why I was getting confused because like, why are all these random towns holding gold coins if it's worth
So yeah, like nothing. I mean, it's like your homeboy conservative types out there who say I'll always keep like gold in your safe and shit. Like, yeah, they're gonna keep gold. They're hoarding gold. They understand what its approximate value is when they pick it up, and they put a dollar amount to it for the audience's sake. But no, berries themselves are cold hard cash.
Okay, so there is a sort of modernistic to it.
Sorry, I just wanted to cut in for just on like really funny things with when they were bringing the cowfish to pull the boat. They had like multiple instances in that episode where the boat is just bouncing around doing sick tricks on the waves.
It's like a fucking jet ski.
It really is. I was gonna say that. It's basically like going on jet skis and they get some fucking gnarly air, bro. Especially really that last one where they hit land and they just like fly across the island for 10 minutes.
Dude.
They have that shot where it's from the bow of the ship's perspective and they just ram Zorro.
Dude, I love that moment too because why is everyone got to do the fucking Prometheus gag? Everybody's got to do the Prometheus gag. It's like, bruh, I liked the panning. It was actually kind of. It's clearly CGI because
the camera works good.
The camera work was pretty good there, but Zorro's literally just like staring down the ship from what had to have been like fucking 100 feet away. He's just staring at it with a mouth agape or whatever. He's like, it's like you could, step over and not be slammed, but for the gags, I guess.
Luffy loves every second of it.
Absolutely. Honestly, I would probably be scared as shit, but if you were in a controlled environment, would literally flying on a ship not be sick as shit?
Absolutely.
My other favorite gag was when Johnny and Usopp ditch Zoro on the boat.
Yeah.
if we're gonna talk about gags while we're here, I just want to shout that out.
Well, so that kind of goes into my like the gags in general. Where it kind of leads into like my first note that I have right here, which is about when it opens up the first scene. You hear Luffy talking about the Grand Line. He's like, "Is it this way? Is it that way? Who knows?" And so that made me question, going like, do people just not know roughly where the Grand Line is? Because like, to me, like my brain is like, isn't it like the equator? Like
I would say, you especially
go that way.
Yeah, no, that's a Luffy gag. If we want to be caught up to speed on a couple of points, everyone, most people do know where the entrance to the Grand Line is. But the chart that they fought for when they were fighting off Buggy, if you remember it, that chart was supposedly a chart that'll help them find not only the entrance to the Grand Line once they get to a certain point in the East Blue, it'll also hopefully navigate them the first little bit edge of the Grand Line. So yeah, people know where it is. There are ports that are out and about because it's still a world of islands. There's islands all over the place, but a lot of people don't go to different places. So you might find an island where individuals literally live there their whole lives. They don't go to different places. So unless you're from the point in the ocean that is near the equator, you might not know anything about where the Grand Line is. Luffy's just an idiot in general, so he doesn't know because he's an idiot. But
I guess it just really reinforces like my confusion of needing a map now, and because like it's like, how do you not know where it is? Like,
no. Well, while we're on that topic, like, if you were just on Florida, would you know how to get to the Caribbean?
South.
Okay, you're just gonna.
But do you know that
float straight south?
Do you know that because you innately know that, or because you've seen a map before? Because I'm pretty sure Luffy hasn't seen a map before
in his life.
I didn't know that, so I guess that's a rationale.
Think of why it's so important to have a navigator and a cartographer, because these are not things that everyone has innately. This is like at a time where it's like fucking Christopher Columbus shit. They'll go out and there might be globes, but people argue about the different like structure and shape of fucking continents, for crying out loud. Like this is, it's meant to be in a time where there is still an opportunity to learn and understand the world. Not everything has been laid out flat. Now, there's a really good idea that's kept secret almost from the majority of civilization, but for the most part, like, if you're somebody who's out there trying to find like different islands and shit, it's pretty much majority of it is undocumented, I would say, or at least not documented at any one particular place. It's just documented by different people in, select hordes. How about? That's why there's a giant list of fucking maps in Nami's room, because she's mapped out all the islands in the East Blue, but you better believe there's not going to be a single map from anywhere in the Grand Line in there, because none of them have been there.
Well, I mean, technically the crew has been there.
Yeah, right, they're from there. Okay, that's another thing. They're also from there, but yeah, they didn't draw any fucking maps. They don't give a shit. They did at that time. They didn't take that information as valuable until they got to the East Blue to ransack everything because they're assholes.
So then, moving on to the next kind of funny quip, I thought it was kind of funny just based off where we just the last episode was there was a comment also made in by I forgot the other friendly swordsman that was hanging out with like Luffy and them. But so he said, whatever it is. So he says like how Arlong is like the strongest guy in the East Blue, but I'm like for like 2 seconds I had to like backpedal and be like, but didn't they say Krieg? Yeah, I was like, wasn't Krieg?
Yeah.
Like, where's the consistency? Like, who's the strongest?
I don't
changing.
I don't know about y'all's translations, but we can go back to what they say in the manga. They explicitly say Krieg is the strongest man in the East Blue, but Arlong is the strongest pirate. Also, he's not a man; he's a fish. He's a fish man. So it's semantics at that point, right?
Yeah, I guess
it is semantics, yes, but they explicitly go on that one because everyone's saying the same thing. Like, oh, I thought Krieg was the strongest. Well, Krieg is the strongest man in the East Blue, but they try to do a backpedal and say, well, he's the strongest fishman, he's the strongest
It was
pirate.
also only stated by his own goon, so it's not like we should really take that seriously.
You're forgetting the big roast that Luffy did.
Doesn't Yosuke say it in 31 where he's like, Arlong is the strongest pirate, I guess, using your terminology?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Yosuke himself says it.
Yep.
He's not an Arlong goon.
No, he's not. No, the only difference was I think
man versus merman.
Yeah, that's really the only semantic that I can put onto the table. It doesn't really make a huge difference in the argument, not really, but that's what the author would try to throw at you in that situation. Like, I thought Krieg was the strongest pirate. He's like, yeah, well he is, or the strongest man. He's like, well yeah he is, but Arlong's the strongest fishman. Semantics. Different race, different person.
God damn you, Oda.
He's like, shit, I already said he was the strongest, didn't I? Let's just wipe this out and pretend it never happened.
I will agree that semantic is kind of bullshit. I mean, it is important, regardless, just in general, to understand that fish people are a different race. There are more races that have intelligence than just humans, and even fishmen. There's I don't know how many in total, but we'll meet them all like in due time, I'm sure. But there are other significant races. So in their world, to say, the difference between the strongest man and the strongest fish man is a difference is kind of fair because they have different intelligent quote unquote races in their universe. But I also still think it's a pretty semantic fucking bullshit, whatever.
So rest in peace, Pudding.
Rest in peace, Pudding? What?
That's the marine guy. The 77th
man. Oh yeah.
Pudding.
Yeah.
Did someone elaborate? I think I'm missing what you guys were talking
about.
No,
just the Navy guy. Just the Navy dude who got his ass wrecked.
The first Marine fleet they send in. They send in like the 66th company, and it's just
77th,
whatever it was. He goes, we're very notorious for, and then a dude cuts him off by like shooting him in the heart with water.
I don't know. Is this the first time that we've had a goon just like not let somebody finish their monologue?
I was thinking that it probably is close to. I think they do that a few times during these episodes where like Arlong's pirates should just like fuck monologue. Bop, 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 bop.
I think they cut off what's it called, Buggy a few times.
That might be fair. Yeah, they might have cut off Buggy.
Probably true. That pudding was.
Dude's out here like, yes, I am one of the notorious Captain.
Man, that kid. On that note, though, that little kid's had a roller coaster, man.
Say what?
That little kid from the village.
Dude.
Came to avenge his father. He's at a roller coaster of a 4-episode arc, man.
Absolutely.
Down and then down again because just getting constantly beat up by women.
It's like a puppy consistently getting kicked in the gonads over and over again.
And then the ship's coming. He's like, "We're saved!
We're saved! Everything's
you're talking about Chavo.
40 seconds.
Literally 40 seconds, and everything's just fucking got. It's done. there's none of this shit happening.
You're talking about Chavo, the guy with the beanie.
Is that his name, Chapo?
Who?
That's the kid's name.
Yeah.
I feel like I do remember that, but I wouldn't have remembered it for the cast.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Simi. Always out here doing your thing.
What's the kid that joined the Marines in like the first episode?
Kobe.
It's Kobe 3.
Kobe.
That's
This
all
one
he is
cried
to
a
me.
lot more though,
and a lot more useless.
I don't know.
And a lot more useless. All right,
I mean, Kobe didn't.
Kobe.
No. Kobe didn't fight back. This kid fought back. He just got his ass handed to him.
I mean, Kobe didn't physically fight, but he stood up for what he believed in the end.
Roasted her ass. You told me
He roasted Alvita. That was there. Hey man, at least he goes and joins the Marines. He's fucking doing something with his life. What is this punk ass doing in this village?
He's trying to stab someone.
He's being a little bitch. That's what he's doing.
He just got bitch slapped by Nami.
Because he's a little bitch.
Because he's 8. Are you really surprised the 8-year-old got backhanded by a boob staff?
I don't think Kobe's much younger or much older, if at all.
Yeah, I think Kobe
sure
was supposed to be. I think
all the
3 years younger than Luffy at this point.
And all the Kobe versions are the same age to me.
Yeah,
I mean, character to me.
They might as well be. They're pretty much only there for
any kid that's not the main cast is like 10.
Yeah,
any kid younger than them is just like 10 years old. That's it. It's just settled.
Luckily, we will eventually find characters that are not children that are side characters, like Nojiko. But yeah, they have to have the fucking kid characters in there once in a while.
No, yeah. So I also getting off this topic. I really like the scene where Zoro just like calls out Nami, is like, nah, and drowns himself. Like I thought that was just like that. Like I knew it was gonna happen.
There's your 20 perception again.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. They didn't actually cut to it in either the manga or the anime. I double checked because I thought that there was like a glimpse missing, but you noticed there was that pupil dilation bit as Arlong's talking about how Nami sold out her family and her town for money or whatever. And I thought they were going to do like a Zoro noticing that sort of bit in the anime. I didn't see it, and I double checked.
They did it.
It was there.
It was there because when she's looking him dead in the face, he says, even she would sell her own family for money, like she already did, and her eyes dilate, and right then, like she like clenches her teeth and shit like that. And like in that moment, I know face to face with her,
and it's like kind of implied. But am I crazy in thinking that it looked like Zoro was more focusing on Arlong, who was talking at the time?
Absolutely not.
I don't know. I mean, Nami's standing like directly in between, so I would assume he's probably looking her in the face, and he sees her reaction to it, and he.
Never mind then. Because I was kind of a little miffed on that. I was like, oh, this is a perfect opportunity to drive home why he fucking jumped in the water. Because for me, I was like, for a half second, I was like, did you just like low-key jump in the water on a bet? Because I wouldn't have done that.
No, I'm pretty sure
technically it was a bet.
I mean, it was still a bet at the end, but
yes, it was. But I think it was more short than you're giving him credit for at this moment.
So okay, fair enough. So I will retract my gripe on that one. And then, yeah, your homeboy just jumps in the water. He doesn't believe that this bitch is as bad as she says she is, or as bad as they say she is, I guess. Even though, to be fair, like he wanted to ditch Nami as soon as she left in the first place, so he does think that she's bad fucking news.
Zoro goes through a roller coaster too on his opinion of Nami. By the end of 33, where Johnny comes in and goes, Usopp's dead and Nami killed him, and Zoro's like, he throws up his hand, might as well have thrown up his hand and go, what the fuck? I thought I had it figured out.
Even Sanji calls him out on it. You would think that Zoro, like, because he even says, he's like, I totally thought that she was a chick who can't even let one man die. And then Sanji's like, you don't actually believe it, do you? And he's like, well, I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm like, bruh, you literally almost gave your life up on a bet for her. So now you're suddenly like, well, shit.
I take anything Sanji says in this arc with a grain of salt, because all of it is done in the hopes that he gets to touch Nami.
He's a simp. He is a simp.
He is a simp. He is 100% a simp.
He just wants her to spin on him. That's it.
Oh, he would love it, guaranteed.
Man, I feel bad for Zoro. He got punished on the same spot he got cut at.
Oh, a lot. Yeah, he had those wounds fucked up.
And he was thrown in salt water on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically he wasn't thrown. He swam, so it's his fault. But you get the point.
Well, he threw himself.
In the world's saltiest water, by the way.
Exactly.
The world's saltiest water.
And gets hit by a boat.
And gets hit by a boat later. And he's in a boat crash.
Zoro's taking a few L's on this one.
Yeah.
But I mean, he got his big W when he first got away from Nami, or when Nami first let him free, and he was just like, he just literally beats all of them that isn't a named fishman pirate.
I just love that scene because he's just sitting there on the throne, smug as fuck. Like, these guys ain't shit.
And we talk about my boy Hachi though.
Oh yeah,
You would love Hachi.
Hachan is my boy.
Yeah.
I'm glad we can all have an agreement on Hachi here. Hachi is such a fucking bro, dude. As soon as he sees Zoro, he's like, wait a minute, you're a human and you're in the base. Well, you're either a marine or you're a guest. And then Zoro's like, well, guest sounds right, yeah.
I just like how
he looks back at the corpse.
Master fucking charisma fucking just like dodged that, just like, yep, definitely a guess.
I feel like it's more like Hachi's low perception, my guy. Instead of
Hachi's int is like 3.
It's Hachan. Why are you guys?
Well, no. But his friends call him Hachi.
Yeah, I guess
we're all friends here.
Yeah. His name is Hachan. But his friends call him Hachi.
Yeah, all right. I'm on that band.
Wait. When he introduces himself, he's like, "Hey, what's your name?" I
actually wrote that quote down. That's actually my quote. The second time he said.
Okay.
I never asked your name. Do you want to hear my name again?
It's
one more thing. I completely forgot to ask you your name. What do you mean? We've been over this. I told you my name. Hot-chan. Nice to meet ya.
And then leaves.
It reminds me of like a Pokemon game where your character doesn't talk, but it's implied that they do. So Zoro just like looks at him and it's implied. So Hachi answers anyway.
Hachi's the perfect character for any video game where you have a silent protagonist.
It's literally Skyrim. Like, oh, hello there. Yeah, I used to be an adventurer as you, just like you. Till I took a tentacle to the knee or something. I don't know.
Till I took a coral to the knee.
Exactly.
Should I bet he caught himself while fishing?
Absolutely, he caught himself.
And he caught him.
And I don't know what it was in the sub. I'm sure bits like that usually kind of get their own dubbing because it's like, who the fuck cares? But he's like,
I don't know who you are, but you're the gutsiest fish in the East Blue. Hey, what the? It was me all along? You are indeed the gutsiest fish in the East Blue. Me.
What a good bit.
Everyone needs a hype man like Hachi.
Everybody needs a hype man.
That's hype, man. What are you talking about?
So anyway, moving on. So surprisingly, I don't really have a complaint of the week for this one. Like, these episodes were fairly well done in pacing and like storytelling and just like in general. Like I had no problems with it. I love the character designs. I love Momu. Like Momu.
I love Momu. Momu's the best.
I love Hachi. Like, they were just very enjoyable. Like, it's very refreshing going to something that's like this and consistent in story and like just in pacing in general compared to what the dumpster fire that we just left. So it's a very refreshing and giving me kind of like a up boost for the show. However, I did write only 2 things that bothered me about this thing, and they're very minor problems. First off, the boob bow staff. She's been packing that in there for how long? I get a collapsible bow staff isn't unknown. It's a very, it's a known thing to, be around. But like, what the fuck? How does she bend over? How does it function? Someone explain.
Dude, you've heard of prison pockets? This is...
But on her chest?
Yeah, no, this is poopy pockets. Poopy pockets are endless. You don't understand. This is like that trope you get out of... I feel like they've done it in anime a million times.
Oh, you mean like they pull at other cleavage and it's just always there, but they're
I'm sure like Tsunade or some shit. Naruto's done it as a gag. Well, maybe not that. That's probably too high end.
Dragon Ball Z definitely done it.
Dragon Ball Z's probably done it. I feel like they did it
with huge bazongo gongos.
Feels like a Gurren Lagann bit. I feel like it had to have happened in there with Yonko or something at somewhere. Yeah, it is.
So moving on to the... Oh, sorry, what, you got something?
Yeah, we were also introduced to one of, what's it called? Sanji's movesets.
Oh yeah, we if we want, we could take a quick sec to talk about that. So I would encourage you, if you're curious, all of the move sets that Sanji will give out in the entirety of the series are all like French chef inspired. And in the sub, he also speaks in French for the majority of his line, or for the majority of his move set.
I didn't catch that.
He will speak French even in the sub.
When I watched it in subbed, I didn't catch that at all.
He'll speak it in French, and then it'll be called something something. A lot of the time, it's a shoot. I don't know what shoot means in French, but something something shoot.
I think it's literally kick.
Oh, well, there you go. So neck break kick.
Yeah, was probably what his French is
called. Wow, so original.
Well, you know,
I mean, it's fun. It's fun to be in French.
The what he said. This one, the neck break is collier. Collier.
Collier shoot. I don't know what collier means.
Neck.
Collier, yay!
Neck in French.
It means neck in French.
There you go. Neck kick.
It's literally neck kick. Yeah.
Neck kick. Yeah, I think. But yeah, like Oda doesn't give a shit about conjugations and shit. So normally he'll name moves based on how the Japanese would structure or organize sentences. I do know that for a fact. So if you were a native French speaker, if you were to like follow the majority of someone like Sanji's movesets over a long period of time, you'll be like, well, that's not how he would say that. He'd be like, I don't give a shit. Neck kick.
I don't care enough for that. I just
I translated neck. I translated kick. What do you want from me?
I just know it looks really cool and it sounds really cool at the same time.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that Oda's main tool is Google Translate?
Facts.
I believe it. This dude's
I feel like he picked up a chef book one time in French. He was like, "Got it. This is what we're doing right here."
He's like, fuck, it's in French. Well, guess he's French now.
Yo, facts. That's what inspired him to make Sanji flicking French. Yo, he was gonna be this might be a fun fact, but it might be too late to mention for this podcast. But he was originally gonna be named Naruto until Naruto was a manga.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
That's funny.
Because Naruto is a food product. It's a
yeah. That's pretty funny. I didn't know that.
That's a hot take.
I did not know he was going to be
fun facts.
Naruto.
Fun facts. We'll just edit this out, put it in the podcast for one of the older ones.
But I'm not going to do that.
Nah, fuck that. We're going to pull the Oda and we're just going to use Google Translate to do it for us.
Absolutely.
Podcast.
The only other major scene that I really liked that I can remember right now, so if anything else stuck out, clearly it wasn't important enough for me to remember, was of course when my boy is out here shooting Arlong point blank. You can't tell me otherwise. I don't give a shit.
It's like a mile away
across the street.
Point blank, I said, shooting the dude point blank.
Fucking Lee Harvey Oswald at him.
So anyway, when Usopp shoots the shit out of Arlong, and then because Arlong's like tormenting the mayor of the town, which really neat design, by the way. I love all those stitches.
That was the mayor?
Yeah, it's the mayor.
I just assume it was some dude that's like unique because he has a spinnabob on his head.
No, it's the mayor. He said it was the mayor in mine.
Do they say
just
mayor?
One Piece? It's just random character number 3 with an interesting reason to kill him.
Oh, my bad. Well, spoilers. He's the mayor.
Oh, well.
My bad.
Oh, Genzo's not the mayor. He's the sheriff, my guy.
Is that what he's like a prominent figure for the town. How about that?
He's a figurehead who, if he dies, people will be sad.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I know he's like of a professional rank. I know he's not like just like, you know, the local dude that's funny or something. Like
I'm pretty sure he's the local dude with the dingle bopper on his head.
I know for a fact if he's not the mayor, he's at least the sheriff, like Timmy said.
Okay.
So I guess moving on, the only other thing that it's actually relevant to that scene is my main question for these past couple episodes: why does everyone have a mallet?
Why does everyone have a mallet? That's a really good question.
First, we see Zoro get bonked on the head by 2 mallets. Because like we see Zoro in the beginning get bonked on the head by 2 mallets. So we got literally the girl with a mallet in upside down town bonking Usopp like out of nowhere too. And it's just like everyone's got a mallet, just like everyone apparently has guns and everyone's resistant to guns.
Everyone's a master craftsman.
Exactly. Everyone secretly are very master craftsmen. Now I can't speak on Nojiko. You got facts there. What the fuck does she have a hammer? But Usopp does keep one on hand at all times in his bag. I
guess it could make sense for that one.
We already already know Johnny and Yosuke are master carpenters.
That is facts. That is facts.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. They're out here fixing the berry, and they keep that shit in like one of their random ass pockets. They don't have the bottomless, chest pocket because that's a Nami thing. But maybe one day.
I want to know how Johnny and Yosuke get off that island.
That is a very good question.
They walk away at the end of 34 and they go, "All right, see you later.
Catch you later."
Like, how are you gonna leave? You don't have a boat.
They'll take a shark. They'll take a panda shark. Yeah, the panda shark Uber service. Apparently that exists.
The panda shark Uber.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do.
I mean, all they have to do is remember to bring a few of the tangerines that I hear are close by, and they'll be good from scurvy.
I thought those were oranges.
No, they're tangerines.
Yeah, they're tangerines.
It's orange, and you peel it.
So anyways, yeah, that's really all I had the problem with for those two things was just where mallets what yo, and that's it. These episodes were really well done, and again, it's like almost like a refresh from the shitstorm that we just came out of.
I'm glad that you feel that way. This is this is objectively the best arc in the East Blue that we're going to be going through. Pacing is definitely good. I do think that there's a couple of things that could have been paced a little bit better. Like I didn't really care much for the Usopp, chase bit, except for when he was hiding by the tree. That was pretty good. I don't know. I like that where the bird comes down and lands on him as like a nest or whatever.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was funny. I do like that gag, but I mean, there are a couple things here and there. I do wish that they could move on to. They could have cut a few things out, in my opinion. I actually feel
don't know. I feel like
I think that last arc happened. I mean, considering we got everything done in the span of like 10 episodes, 8 episodes, something like that. This right now we're 4 episodes in, and we haven't even gotten to the part where the Goon Squad's going to take down, the big baddies. And we haven't gotten Nami's backstory yet.
What if they died? I didn't know. I've never seen One Piece.
Okay.
I did write that down. I did write that down when Nami pretends to stab Usopp. But I went like, but what if?
But what if?
What if she actually did?
What if she did?
What if she did, though?
In a different universe, Nami stabs the fuck out of Usopp. And Usopp's dead.
Or what if she lets Zoro drown?
Yeah, and she lets Zoro drown.
Just be like,
she just killed half of the Straw Hat Pirates herself.
By herself?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Would have changed fucking everything. It would be a completely different series. I don't really have a whole lot to add either. Episodes like these are probably best suited for answering questions. It's mostly rising action. So I guess the only other thing I would add is I would encourage we're not gonna to see throwbacks to this arc for a hot minute, but while we do have it, I would encourage you to try to take in some of the scenery and some of the themes because they're going to be very reoccurring, especially with fishmen in general, because this will obviously not be the last time we see fishmen in the series. Their overarching themes and like what the fishmen are doing to the humans and all that stuff in the village and whatnot. And honestly, a lot of the set pieces of like where they're at is all going to come full circle like a bit later on in the series, and it'll be kind of fun to kind of nitpick and see all the different places where the author kind of had certain things already planned out for, this and that. So that's all I would really have.
I'm not really sure what you mean by.
Okay, so what he's talking about is if you remember taking episode 33 or 32, where he's talking to Genzo, I believe he's or Zoro. He was like, "Oh, fishmen are like the advanced or the
Mm-hmm.
They're like the apex hunters.
Yeah, well, not the apex.
They're superior to humans.
Yeah, they're superior to humans because they're able to breathe underwater and are stronger than them. So basically, he's extremely racist towards humans. That's all it is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up later. Don't you worry. But it'll. Yeah, exactly. That'll be a fruit for thought for the future. But there's a lot of low key setups for throwbacks later down the line. In Nami's arc, because fishmen will obviously come back, and yeah, they'll be important, but I guess no more important than other races in the series. But they will prove to be a very, I guess, we'll get there regardless. There's a lot of low key setups for later in the series in this arc, which is kind of fun.
I did forget to mention one thing that when you said Fishman, it reminded me. So in the beginning of like 31 or whatever, when they're first like explaining like the whole 7 like warlords or whatever, they said fishmen, but I read it as fishermen for some reason.
Okay.
So my brain's like, oh, so he's like a really powerful fisherman. Like, okay, weird, but it's One Piece. Sure.
Okay.
And then when we got later on, I was like, why is he only calling him a fishman? Like they said he was a fisherman. Like this doesn't make sense. I'm confused.
Nah, they were talking about Hachi, dog. They were talking about
Hachi.
Hachi's gonna get the fucking One Piece. I'm telling you.
They're talking more about Jinbei and Arlong than Hachi. I think that scene.
Yeah, dude. Also, shout out to Luffy's drawings of his impression of the Fishman.
Pure art,
unadulterated art. Okay, I wanted to say I thought this came from an SBS. I don't remember where I got this from. I tried to prove it before coming here, but I'm going to say it anyway. I am almost 90% certain that I read somewhere that those designs for Fishmen came to Oda in the form of fan art or like a gift or something that he just threw in there in the actual manga panel release. I don't know why fuckers were sending him pictures of fish with limbs, but he was like, "Oh, I'm about to draw shit with Fishmen in it anyway."
Oda like a fucking just meme trap. Like he's just like writing this as he goes and just like okay, let's go to Google, see what I find. Like, is that what he's doing? Like, what the fuck? It's like,
yeah. I mean.
No wonder it's gone on for 600 something episodes.
It was kind of the trend back in the day. It was the trend back.
Yeah, I mean, he had like an overarching like idea for his series, but actually, before we got to Sanji, he said in numerous like interviews he didn't expect anything to last more than I think like 300 chapters or something like that. Like,
and then he just went yeet with it,
and kind of went yeet with it because okay, so I mean. This is obviously up for any personal interpretation. When you start getting new ideas, or if it starts being popular, there's always two sides of it. If you've got decent ideas that you want to keep making, do you continue the series, or do you go with your original impression and say fuck it? I mean, I know what I would pick if I was him. If I got decent ideas that I want to keep going with, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what he's been doing for all this time. Is like he had like an original idea in mind where he wanted to take it, but then it just kind of kept growing, and he'd be like, "Oh, but what if I added this to it?" It's like, okay, but if I do that, then I got to do this shit too. And it's like, oh, but wait, I could use this as like all throwback shit for other crap because
he's not the biggest, strongest man in the East Blue. It's this guy who's the strongest man in the East Blue. I'm just gonna copy paste that, and it's gonna be great.
I mean, it's.
To be fair, it is better, but like Jesus Christ,
I'm about it.
I'm pretty sure Oda's a meme lord right now. No, he's just like fuck it, yeet. This is probably good enough. They'll care. They'll like it.
His show is centered around fucking devil fruit, where when you eat one, you can no longer swim in a pirate society. Of course, he's a meme lord. He is the personification of irony.
I don't know if it's irony. I would just say just pure idiocy.
You don't think it's ironic that in order to become the strongest sailor, that they're pirates while sailing the seas, and as soon as they enter the ocean, they lose their ability to swim and drown?
Okay, that part's ironic.
I find it quite ironic. But regardless, that's all I really have. I don't know if anyone else has anything.
Okay, so let's move on to a golden ham.
I mean, I know who I'm giving it to.
Are we in agreement?
Right now? We're saying pretty good. We're in agreement here.
On three, you guys are both gonna say it. 1, 2, 3.
Hachi.
Nah. My vote's on Shu.
Fuck Shu.
Shu.
Oh, that's the guy that caught Usopp.
Oh, yeah, fuck that.
No.
Hachi. I can't get with this one.
That dude was pure art for a character.
Nah.
The dude who caught Usopp is just cool just because they made a fucking Fist of the North Star reference.
He takes action when he needs to. He's like he's the right hand man of Arlong, my guy.
Hello, who's the one that pushed the fucking rocks underneath the fucking boat and sunk? My man Hachi.
Hachi's clearly the strongest.
The only reason why they were not able to get out was because the other guy broke their rudder.
He may have or not be the smartest one, but my boy has the best personality, the strength.
We're slowly getting Devin in on the meme team, my guys. We're slowly bringing him in
this whole time.
Yeah, you haven't gone full in until you decide that Buggy is your Lord and Savior. That's
no. I think
Absolutely
Hachi's stronger than Buggy.
Okay.
My man can swim underwater, dude. My dude can swim underwater.
Death battle entails. All right, but I agree. Hachi gets the golden hand. If not for being the best meme lord and being just all around fun. Yeah, I mean, Homeboy is the caretaker of Momu. He's also one of Arlong's, top dudes. He's a pretty strong goon. And yeah, he's fucking pushing entire reefs under the ocean floor. Nah, he's decent goon. Mwah. Love to see it.
I think he's our winner.
And
Hachi's our guy.
So then we got Hachi for Golden Ham, I guess we could all unanimously say. So on to, anyone have any quotes for the week?
I did have one, but I lost it because my phone turned off. So I forgot what the actual quote was, but it was right after after Zoro gets taken in or whatever. And then Johnny and Usopp are like,
"Forgive me, Zoro. I will tell Luffy that you were courageous to the bitter end." "Please forgive me, Zoro. I'll never forget you." "Okay, now let's find some land." "Right."
I love that bit. That's a good bit. Later, Zoro. And then Zoro later goes like,
"What the hell, Usopp? You left me for dead and got spotted anyway?"
I enjoyed at the end of 33 where we have a mysterious figure on the beach. Ooh,
oh my god, that shit was funny.
Shrouded in a dirty ass cloth that he found from who knows. And our mysterious figure goes,
"Am I a ghost?"
God, it's like the audience is totally supposed to be like, I wonder who that is. Who
could this guy be? Is this another person for the crew? And it's just Usopp.
I mean, like come on, dude. Of course, it's fucking Usopp. That's good. That's some good shit.
Sammy, you got one?
I don't know. I don't remember the exact quote, but it was basically Genzo's version of Love and Peace during where he had his ass whooped.
Yeah, Genzo had a pretty decent one where he was out there. If we're gonna talk serious ones for a sec,
he was like,
"Do you want to waste all of our work over the past 8 years? For what? The time for you to give your lives for this village was back when they first came. Now we must continue to be patient. The most important thing is that we continue to live. We swore we would not let them defeat us as long as we're alive."
He knows a few things, which Nojiko will explain to the rest of the audience about. Not like he and Nojiko know about.
Is the spinner the One Piece?
He is not the One Piece.
Well, the spinner and his hat is the One Piece. It's the treasure that we all want.
It's a piece of it.
I hope it's not, because I have been promised by the author himself that the One Piece is a tangible thing, and
it's a tangible thing, and it's on his head.
It is a tangible thing that's on his head, and if that's what the One Piece is, then I'll be pretty pissed. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say nah.
It'll explain his sword collection.
Why was that explain his sword collection?
Because he's a weeb who's collecting all sorts of treasure, and he needs all the weapons to protect his treasure.
All right, these are all the answers. It all comes back.
I'm going to be fully honest. There's no logic in that. There's absolutely no logic whatsoever. I'm literally spitballing bullshit.
I know. I feel it. I'm about it. I'm about every bit of it. His spinner is indeed the One Piece, confirmed. We all know it. Although I'm pretty sure this episode marks like the 4th or 5th time we've confirmed the One Piece. So
yeah, right, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a consistent thing throughout all this arc. Is like that's the One Piece. Buggy's the One Piece. Like, come on.
Buggy's nose is the One Piece. The spinner on the dude's head is the One Piece.
Luffy's
the
Odin is the One Piece.
The Odin noodle soup that your boy made is the One Piece.
Who's the dog? Who's the One Piece?
All right. Well, I guess we could probably call it an end for this episode of one. What is our channel called again? Did we?
One Piece with a lime.
One Piece with a lime.
Is that for real?
That's the meme we went for. Unfortunately, our title was swooped before we started. We didn't realize it.
We realized that we got outpaced by Funimation Studios. You know, little company. You might not have heard of them.
You know, it's a good name when big leagues actually are the ones trying to make it.
Coming up with it, what, 7 years, 8 years before it?
No, it was like 2 years at most.
We actually missed this one by about a year. Fuck, shit.
Damn.
If we'd acted on it when our overlord Pablo Shu originally got an idea for a podcast, we might have got it. But alas, here we are. Sad, lonely, titleless podcast.
But all right. That marks the end of this episode. Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
I lost.
I love you.